Hello everyone, it's Roy. In today's video, I'd like to look at the correlation between keywords and key phrases and promise to pay. From the main menu, you can click on the Promise to Pay Indicators button, which directs you to the Promise to Pay main menu screen. We're going to look at the graphs and reports for the key phrases and the correlation to average promise amounts. You'll see here you have a page where you can filter by various different fields. You can filter by the performance library that you're interested in looking at. You can filter by category. You can also filter out the number of detections or the number of contacts. I'm just going to go ahead and click on search without any filtering here. And we see this chart on top that shows us from left to right those key phrases that have the highest average promise amount. You can see when we say lose the benefit, when the CSR rep says lose the benefit and explains how benefits are going to be lost to the debtor, we have the average promise amount of $1,903. When they say excellent decision, affirming the debtor they've made a great decision to pay, you can see an average promise amount of $1,800. So there's several other key phrases that we can see right here in this chart. The average promise amounts of those key phrases when they're detected, and also the promise to pay rate when they're detected. Down below we have a report that is grouped by the performance library. We'll open up best practices here, and we can see the different categories under best practices. You can see the average promise amount for that category and its promise to pay rate for that category. I'm going to click under benefits here. You can see some of the key phrases, for example, discount. You can see the discount, when they mention that there's going to be a discount on the amount owed, you can have a high volume of detections for that keyword, over 8,000 times. And we have an average promise amount of $733 when that word is detected, and a promise to pay rate of 63%. You can also see some other ones that are high, back to current, for example, explaining to the debtor if they make a payment, they'll get the account status back to current with over 22,000 detections, and a promise to pay rate of 74%, and average promise amount of $549. Scrolling back up here, we can close benefits and open up another category. Let's actually go to a different performance library here. Close best practices, and we can go to communication. How about under empathy? You can see under empathy when we detect that the CSR uses the term I understand, we have almost over 31,000 detections, average promise amount of $348, and a promise to pay rate of 47%. So we have the ability here to really not only to zero in on those key categories that drive payment performance, but we can narrow down and drill down even further and see exactly what are the words or the phrases that when spoken and when told to the debtor that have a high correlation between driving higher average promises and higher promise to pay rate. Hope you found this helpful.